talking.
You know, you owe.
He sell her body.
Here we go. The mission is underway. Lock and load.
Ah! Wait a tick, reload. Watch it, reloading. Whoa, it's got me! Happiness is, as they say. And the Bostonator takes round.
It bounds!
Reloading.
This cat's back in the game.
Down the...
Take it, you're down! No sense shall escape me! Reloading!
Don't fit in flames!
Reloading!
The bastard's almost history!
Oh. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. Feels good, huh? When no one dies.
Survivors.
Hello. You need ammo. That's a hint. Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Everyone alive?
Oh, my strength is sapped.
Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
And here was me thinking this was...
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Let us cease to chatter and prepare ourselves.
I'm about to shut the pod.
Note to self, new plan. Kill lots of Zeds, earn money. Get rich.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
Pour together. Our fellowship remains unbroken.
Look alive, Zed's paying us a visit.
Demon! You dip in!
Thought he got your attention, eh? Hang on, you clip in.
Watch me! I'm reloading! That's good stuff right there. Watch my back.
Right on the money.
Gotcha!
Anyone hurt?
Everyone alive?
Everyone okay?
That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
Oh, just glad it's not my blood.
Blood falls so freely here.
There.
Ready to rip someone a new one.
So much blood.
That way, watch that pants before this is over.
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
Money!
Strike!
Maintain the area's security.
Treasure!
Any sec, all hell's gonna break loose, you'll see.
We're kicking ass. I like it.
Shit! Dip in. Watch my back. Reload it. Watch for local teammates.
It's hurting!
A decent beginning. Let's call that your warm-up.
The blood flows.
Who's been smashed up?
Didn't like that, did you? What's he got your attention, eh?
Yours on your attacks.
Yours are the heaviest sword.
Well, in combat.
Team with a Jedi.
I'm taking you down.
Area almost totally secure. Nice work.
That. Ready to fight again.
Get yourself fixed up. You look terrible.
Batman! Huh?
Contract, folks.
You are more use alive. Our battle goes well. Enjoy
Everyone
the break.
alive?
You talk a lot.
No one's ever had trouble off yet, but there's still time.
Yep. I'm liking this whole no one dying thing.
There's Zeds on the scope. Must close the pod very soon.
A home fit only for beasts and darkness.
Time's almost up. Vite!
Look at this.
Keep the area secure.
Thank me later.
Do we all remain strong?
Be silent.
Ah! Ooh. Goody Snoop, cheers! Happiness is, as they say.
That.
I am forever in your debt.
Good stuff. Now finish the job. Allez.
Taking it, friend.
You know me now, don't you?
Too easy.
That did the trick. Ha! I only die once.
Waste time.
He shoots, he kills!
Reloading.
You see that?
Poison burn. Watch my back. Reloading. Perform well in combat.
Fantastic work. Area remains unbreached. You're a real survivor. Good for you.
Remains unbroken.
Anyone dead?
Nothing like pointless chatter to get one of us killed.
We got ammo?
We all got enough ammo?
How is our
Ammo's
petal?
good.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything. Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
You talk a lot.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer.
How's everyone for ammo?
I have ammunition.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
My fortunes find me a beggar.
Action movies eat your heart!
It's on, demon.
It bleeds no more. Come on, I reload.
Time for some worky work.
Dented their numbers, but there are plenty left.
Nice shot. Feels good.
Good is new. Cheers.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up. System says you killed the most Zeds. Boom.
Game.
Ammo's good. Better? Anyone hurt? Good.
We're almost out of time. Make your choices.
Kaigo hated caves. I will mend you. She was right. March. The silence deafens me. I'm injured.
I'm about to shut the pod.
I feel foolish. Anyone dead?
Maintain the area's security.
How do we prepare for ammo?
Who's another asshole? You are.
Gotcha.
Ready to rip someone a new one.
Watch my back.
Feels good.
I only die once.
Weapon here!
Taking you down.
You see that?
Nice shot.
Wait a tick. Reloading. Load, you bastard. Load! It's here!
Reload straight on the defeated. I'll kill you
Reloading.
twice.
I only die once.
Let's save your energy. Stay dead.
Watch me. I'm reloading.
It's good.
Come on, get in! Hang on, new clip in. Reloading.
We should burn this place down.
From now on, only Zeds die.
Area mostly secure. Very solid performance. You took some losses out there. Shake it off, learn, do better.
A home fit only for beasts and darkness. Everyone have enough ammo? I have ammunition.
We stand together, still alive.
Give me some bloody money.
Good is new. Cheers.
Anyone hurt?
I fare well.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer.
I am home.
Protect the area.
We got ammo?
Don't mind if I do.
Whither do they go?
I'll kill you twice! Reloading!
Come, I reload.
And the Bostinator takes round one!
That flesh hound is quite heinous.
Reloading! Watch my back. Reloading.
You're a natural! Hang on, new clip in! Works every time!
Waste time.
I am low on ammo.
Area integrity remains acceptable. Decent work. I'm impressed by your survival instinct out there.
Do we all remain strong?
Fine. This battle is not over. Be wary.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything.
It would be churlish to refuse. Will no one call?
The demons.
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
Many thanks. I will not forget.
All Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Cloaked.
Got a weapon if anyone needs one. Right on the money. We've got a siren!
No more.
Load, you bastard, load!
Undead.
I love being sucked. Get you with a dead eye.
I am revived. How is our fettle? Put me out! Now! Zed shall escape!
Reloading.
Put me out! A moment to gather our strength.
Lords of money!
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked.
Trimmings.
You are more use alive. There.
You're a real survivor. Good for you.
I will mend you.
Stay sharp.
have
I can
healed.
almost smell them coming.
No one has died, but don't get sloppy. We all live.
I love a bit of banter, but let's keep our eyes open, all right?
New
Will
clip
no one
in.
revive my purse's fortunes? I beg of you, unbeggar me now!
Get some proper gear.
Perhaps we should reflect on this in silence.
I hate it when things get quiet. It makes me twitchy.
You earned the money. Now spend it.
Slips in.
All those bullets had to hurt.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
Ammo.
I have sufficient.
Wait a tick, reloading.
Good start. Now finish the job. Allez.
What's he got your attention, eh?
Remain!
He's up close! Shit! You know me now, don't you? Damn it, Frosty, move!
Smoke your ass.
Oh, dead! this a bit much?
Excellent. That's nearly all of them.
One! Happiness is, as they say.
No Zed shall escape me!
Any sec, all hell's gonna break loose, you'll see.
Everyone alive?
And that's just the first call.
Slay another.
Plot begins!
Ready to rip someone a new one. Okay.
Once you made it through, make for the pod and gear up.
Lips in.
I am forever in your...
A good day's work and everyone survived.
No one has died, but don't get sloppy. Be silent. Get some proper gear. Anyone share my money?
I fare well.
Money here. I'm Okanemochi.
Zounds!
There's no more to give.
Coin yourself!
Pitiful gift.
Riches for all who desire it.
Get some
At
proper
this rate,
gear.
I'll open my own bank.
Our battle goes well. Enjoy a break. Oh, salat.
I'm about to shut the pod.
Watch my back. Reloading.
Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Watch it, reloading.
Reloading.
And the Bostonator takes round one. Load, you bastard, load! Wait a tick, reloading. Shit! Ah. Just picking them off.
Shooting them is almost too easy.
What are we hunting now? Caveman Zed?
Spend wisely. You've got a real fight ahead. You're a little bloody, but you'll live.
I have all I desire.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything.
Vibessss.
Our fellowship remains unbroken.
More Zeds on the way. Start to wrap things up.
Lot.
A moment to gather our strength.
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
Wait a tick, reloading.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
What? What? You are disturbing me. I shall cause you pain.
Let's take this fool out.
Have I scared you? Don't hide.
Found some ammo. It is well hidden.
The big bad warriors scared of an old man. Dodge faster! To me! You! Yes, you! Where you call this gas? I wonder.
It's shooting at me, don't you stand there!
I know it's this game. Time to choose the next phase on you scum. Fools! That was the easy part. I know it's this game. Time to choose the next phase on you Granada! Die! Die! Die now! Time for some fresh
Watch
meat!
it, reloading. Just he got your attention, eh?
Your defeat is inevitable!
We'll mend you.
Hang on, new clip in.
Watch my back. I share my money.
Thanks, this will come in handy.
We're gonna come right back.
That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply. You need to get yourself some money, or I cannot help you.
Never been a fan of blood.
Tomatoes. That's my tip. Good for clotting.
Got loads.
More Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Baby is healthy as a horse.
Okay, let's stem the tide. Stick together.
I was wondering what you was doing, like. Like now that you're not in the hospital, you're good.
Right on the money.
Now, the moment, the last thing they worry about is that death.
Load, you bastard, load!
Yeah.
Get you?
Hey, do what you gotta do. I'm doing. I keep my shit.
And the fucking takes power off!
So it was.
I'm caught!
Basically,
Get you with a Jedi!
Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. You need medical attention.
It's too quiet, people. I don't like it.
Ammo check, people.
Yeah.
We're doing great, team. Keep watching what I do, alright?
Yeah, I mean, all of it
Yep.
is still like
I'm liking this whole
but also the time. You know? If you know you're good, he's good during the day, there's somebody else around, hey, just let him know.
Reloading! No one ever wears anything interesting anymore. People don't take the time to dress up.
That's all she was making sure of.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer.
Hang on, new clip in. We feeling okay, people?
I'm good.
Keep the area secure.
Oh, okay.
Turns out it's true. Your victory!
You're a natural. Watch it, siren! Ah! What's he got your attention, eh? Get you with a Jedi! Happiness is... Wait a tick, reloading! And sword off!
50 rounds of that. Great shot.
Hang on, new clip in!
Area almost totally secure. Nice work. You survived, but at a cost.
Wait a tick, reloading! Know what? I'm almost impressed you're still alive. I love a bit of banter, but let's keep our eyes open, all right? How's everyone for ammo?
SWAT.
Have plenty.
Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
Cover me. Reloading.
Time's almost up. Vite.
Say team us, eh?
You're doing great, team. Keep watching what I do, all right?
Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
That did the trick. Ha! Ah. Come on!
Dented their numbers, but there are plenty left.
Jump through many more hoops and you'll qualify for bloody. You're a natural, right on the money. Reloading. Get in with a Jedi.
Glad to see you made it through. pod and gear up. Feels good, huh? When no one dies.
Some people say my life is in a rut.
Let's fix you up.
Ready to rip someone a new one. Newsflash, I'm not loving the undergroundness of this place.
Beauty.
Reloading.
How's the gang all doing?
Feeling pretty good, thanks.
Ah, look at you, you beauty.
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
It's like an abattoir in here.
All Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Down they go. They're a natural.
You want seconds?
Reloading. It's like that. Happiness is, as they say. Down they go. Come on.
Nearly cleared this batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pods. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. No one died that time. Merveilleux.
Wish I'd brought a magazine to read.
You beauty.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything.
Okay.
There's Zeds on the scope. Must close the pod very soon.
Know what? I'm almost impressed you're still alive. Wait a tick, reloading.
Reloading.
I'm about to shut the pod.
We all remain strong.
I'm alright, thanks.
Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Ammo check, people. Got loads. And that's just the first pull. You're a natural. Right on the money.
resupply.
Ah, look at you, you beauty.
We feeling okay, people? Feeling pretty good, thanks. Everyone alive?
Everyone healthy.
No dying, not on my watch. Ready to rip someone a new one. Get back. Get back.
More Zeds on the way. Start to wrap things up, as they say.
Get back. We're doing great, team. Keep watching what I do, all right? Earning, which is bad.
Reloading.
Yep. I'm liking this whole no one dying thing.
Time's almost up. Vite. All Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done.
Look at you, you beauty.
Congratulations. You killed the most Zeds.
Oh, just glad it's not my blood.
Don't jinx us.
I feel good. Ready to rip someone a new one.
If we die down here, no one has to bury us.
Welding. Locking her up tight.
You earned the money. Now spend it.
Newsflash, I'm not loving the undergroundness of this place.
I'm about to shut the pod. Protect the area.
Rats. Reloading.
Who's been smashed up?
What have they done against that door? I'll sort that.
Hands up, squad.
Shall escape me.
if anyone needs one. I'm grabbed! Now sod off! Come on!
All those bullets have to hurt.
Welding! Get through this, you bastard! Knocking her up tight!
I'm reloading! Reloading!
Come on, get in! Door's getting chewed to pieces. Deads have breached!
Area integrity remains, but only just.
Goodies new, check!
Taking down a scrake comes naturally to you, no?
I love a bit of banter, but let's keep our eyes open, alright? Never been a fan of blood.
Buy some armor. I need you alive and in one piece.
Wait a tick, reloading.
Final choices, people. Enemies on the scope.
Ready, folks?
Last chance. I have to power down the pod. Maintain the area's security.
Better earn some cash. We'll be rattling an empty coffee cup soon.
Another doorway. Big as well.
How's everyone? I hate to be that door.
It's ready.
Up against that door. Down they go. Burning up! I need to rip someone a new. Better? Goodies new. Cheers. Get in with it. Oh, thank you. No reason not to do that. Thanks. What could do with me?
Excellent. The area remains totally secure.
She's on close. Still breathing. Got more of that? What could do with with more meds. Don't mind if I do. That did the trick. Ha! That's my eye! This one's gonna topple!
Fantastic work. Area remains unbreached. I'm impressed by your survival instinct out there.
Back in the game.
I'm alright, thanks. Found ammo.
Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on anything.
We feeling okay, people? Feeling pretty good, thanks. Ammo check, people. Got loads. Wait a tick, reloading. Hang on, new clip in.
Hurry up. Zeds are getting closer.
Ammo check.
Ports closed. Go make a difference.
Reloading.
Sort him.
A sudden start, but many Zeds remain.
Down they go. Ooh, that's nice.
That's nearly all of them.
My arm! Shit! Stop whining, we'll be fine in a boat. Watch it, reloading.
We have a big battle coming up. This equipment is an investment. You were up and down out there. Good thing you got some excellent healing.
Don't mind if I do.
How's the gang all doing?
Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
Do we all remain strong?
Ooh, that's nice. Cheers. Who wants money? Any smart investment's gonna break loose, you'll see. Wait a tick, reloading.
Reloading.
No dying, not on my watch. Everyone alive?
Money comes, money goes.
Time's almost up. Vite!
Ah, look at you, you beauty.
Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
I'm back, and I've got some new tricks. I still smell you close by.
It's hurting!
I don't think you fully understand.
It's gone. Surely it's all over. Watch out.
Who here likes gun? Superior to variety is the spice of death.
Hang on, new clip in.
No more of that. I will not have it.
I just bought shares. Hang on, new clip in. Ooh, that's nice. Pretty close.
Be sure to cash.
Cheers.
This I got my grandson. I'm coming, man. A lot of shit going on. I don't even know what to do, man. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Boom, and we're live.
What's happening, Joe?
What's up, Mike? Tom Segura's in the house
up,
for a
man?
few minutes here, too.
Yeah,
Stop
man.
by to say hi. I can't believe you've never had a cup of coffee.
Never.
You want some?
No.
That might be
No.
that might be the most outrageous thing about you is that you've never had coffee.
Your whole life,
Never
you've
had
never had
coffee.
coffee.
No.
Did you just...
Tea, never coffee.
No one ever offered you a cup of coffee?
No,
You never went to
never.
Starbucks?
Never. No, for tea or some donuts.
Wow.
What about like
That
at,
was when you when I was in when you're in rehab, you always gotta go to Starbucks because the meeting's right outside of Starbucks. You always hang out at Starbucks and stuff.
Right.
But never for coffee.
You
The
didn't
other
wanna
guys
try
would-
it?
Never.
that? How about like girlfriends, wives? Like none of them ever like drank coffee at home.
I'm sure they have, but I never really. My wife drinks it.
And you just... Nothing.
Never.
Nothing. No. Well...
I'm
All
so
the
addicted
stuff
to coffee.
I did and all
Me
the
too.
drugs I did, you think coffee would be nothing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make any sense. When did you first try any drugs?
Kid. 10
When you were a
years
kid?
old, 9 years old.
What kind of shit?
Smoking and drinking.
Right.
Then as I got older, I tried acid.
How old were you when you first tried acid?
Probably 11.
Wow.
Yeah, real young.
Jesus, man.
Wow, that's real young. Wow. But when you were the champ, when you were in your prime, like when you beat Trevor Burbick, were you doing anything back then?
It's drinking a lot.
Drinking a lot? Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Would you go clean for camp or like
Yes, for camp. Yes.
just for camp?
Yes, for camp.
Yeah, but outside, like once fight's over, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm an animal.
wild,
Yeah.
yeah.
You were the first guy that I ever used as an example of to break that old myth that you can't have sex before fights. And I was like, well, that's out the window.
For sure.
Because
Yeah.
you would talk about it all the time. You'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, your logic made sense, too. You're like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to be thinking about sex. I'll just get it out of the way.
Yeah, and it's over with. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it. You have you refuel for the next 6 weeks and just go with your fight.
Do you think that was a myth, that it made you weak?
Yeah, I think it's a myth.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense.
It seems odd, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like whenever there's
That
the
would
Olympics,
inspire you more so than disintegrate you.
Yeah.
I would think.
they said that the Olympic, where the athletes stay, is just like fuck fest.
Oh, of
They're
course.
just
I would
animals.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the boys and the girls in the same vicinity. Yeah. It would
Also,
be really
probably you want to
crazy.
alleviate some anxiety. You're
Anxiety.
probably freaking out. You're at the Olympics. You're 18 years old. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
And everyone's in amazing shape.
Yeah,
It's the best
stressed out.
physiques.
Stressed out.
Yeah. When you were first coming up, and when you were first, you like when you were Kid Dynamite on Sports Illustrated, I'll never forget that, man. That was that your era from like, the 80s, the late 80s. That era, like, it was a big part of my youth. Like you
Yeah.
being, man, you being the champ. It was like, it was a change of things. Because when Larry Holmes was the champ, as a boxing fan, I loved Larry Holmes. Like, there's that cover. You were 19 years old, right?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
When Larry Holmes was the champ, as a boxing fan,
Wow, you still got that stuff, man?
you can still get those.
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated. It's the internet. You can find it on the internet. That's how Jamie got it.
Holy boy.
I had that Sports Illustrated. But when Larry Holmes was a champ, as a boxing fan, I appreciated him. I knew he was a great fighter. We would get together with friends and watch like the Michael Spinks fight with Larry Holmes. When Spinks beat him for the title, it was a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal culturally.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't care as much. But then you came around, and when you came around, all of a sudden everybody's watching heavyweight boxing. If heavyweight boxing wasn't boring again, it was the most crazy, exciting thing in sports. When your fights would go on, it would be about, should I pay for this? Because how long is this going to last? Like, that had never
Yeah, that's
existed.
pretty weird. People tell me
Yes.
about that all the time. They all chipped in and then
Yeah.
they turn the fight on and it's over with. I never think about it like that, Sometimes when it comes to my realization of the situation, I forget that I'm that guy. I forget that I trained that hard and I became a fighter and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, does it seem like a dream?
Yeah, pretty much like a blur.
Because I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be 19 years old, 20 years old, to be that fucking famous.
It was a trip.
Who can handle that? Can anybody handle that?
No, it was a trip, but it was just what custom model, that was his blueprints to make me this
Right.
teenage superstar.
Did he give you advice on how to handle pressure and fame and?
Oh, the pressure and everything, but he says really no ingredients on how to handle fame. You know what I mean? We have to see what Department of Fame is your problem, and we have to work on that issue from there. But no one knows how to conduct themselves under that kind of pressure.
No, I couldn't imagine.
It's the level of fame too.
Yes.
It's like there's so many. You realize there's so many levels of fame, and then Mike's is still just extraordinary. Where like people walk away from their job, like in an airport. They're supposed to be at the cash register and they run out. They leave their job to go say hi. That's not, most of the time you're like, oh, that's who that person is. It's a totally different thing.
How weird is that?
That's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. It took time for me to get used to that stuff. I used to be one of those, get the fuck away from me, man. What are you doing, you creep? You know what I mean? Because I never knew how to conduct myself. Like, Mike, come here. Take a picture of my mother. Take a picture of my kid. Take a picture here. Take a picture here. I love you, this and that. I'm like, whoa, dude, cool out. You know what I mean? But now, I understand this is just what it is. It is what it is, and you're not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, I've seen you at the UFC before. You're very calm around people. When people grabbing at you, want to take pictures, you just relax.
The UFC is awesome because everybody's nuts there.
Yeah, it's definitely a wild environment.
What do you think Khabib's going to do now?
What I think, who? Khabib?
Yeah.
Well, he does whatever the fuck he wants to do. That's what I think. I think that guy's probably the best lightweight of all time. He's a monster.
Incredible.
I think he's probably going to have some fights at 170 pounds eventually, if I'd imagine. At 155, there's good fights for him. Tony Ferguson's a great fight for him. I'm really interested in seeing that. I'm really interested in seeing him going up. I'm really interested in seeing him fight at 170 pounds. I think there's
Who's up there from the fight?
Well, first of all, Tyron Woodley, who's the champ at 170, that would be an insane fight. George St. Pierre, if he decided to come back and make a big super fight, that would be an insane fight. I think 170 has a lot of opportunities for him. But I think 155 does too. They just have to figure out who's going to fight him. He's an international superstar now. Khabib, especially the way he smashed Conor. Conor's such a superstar already that the way Khabib won and did it so dominant, I think he's through the roof now. I think when he comes back and people see the pay-per-view numbers of his fights, they're going to realize how huge this guy is, because he's so interesting. He's very humble, he's very polite, very well spoken. He's a very religious guy. Lives with his family, lives with his parents, lives with his parents and his family. I believe.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not speaking out of school. I believe that's true, and obviously doesn't have to for money. I mean, he's rich as shit now.
Yeah.
But he's just a monster. Best grappler I've ever seen inside the 155-pound division. He just smashes people.
What do you think about John Jones, though?
In what way?
And his skills.
He's phenomenal.
Incredible.
The best ever at using distance. He knows distance better than anybody. He's a master at knowing when he can hit you and you can't hit him.
I miss watching him fight. You know what I mean? He's not fighting as much anymore.
He's back. He just won. Just won the title again. Just fought Alexander Gustafsson.
Yeah?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
For a vacant title?
It was Daniel Cormier relinquished his title. And it was like, it's weird, right? Like Cormier is the champ because John Jones tested positive for something, so they stripped him, and then Cormier became the champ. It's, I think they'll probably fight again, whether they fight again at heavyweight or light heavyweight.
Really?
Yeah, I think Cormier and John Jones. If Cormier wants to, if he wants to keep going. But he says he wants to retire soon. He's 40,
Yeah.
He still looks good, though.
He looks great. Especially at heavyweight.
Yeah,
at heavyweight, he doesn't have to cut weight. He's got so much strength and just so agile. He's such an unbelievable wrestler, too. I mean, his wrestling skill, his skill level and understanding of wrestling is so high. It's so above most people.
Anybody he fight outside of John Jones, he dominated.
Yeah. That's how good John is. Yeah. John's that good. He's that good. I mean, it just sucks that he's had so many controversies in his life, but I'm hoping he puts all that shit behind him. Have you ever spoken with him about that?
Yeah, never about his personal life or anything, but we met before and talked.
But you're a guy who's gone, I mean, when you went through legal problems yourself, you overcame, you came out of it on the other end. I would think a guy like him could benefit a lot from talking to a guy like you.
It's just so difficult and it's so unfortunate that he has to go through something like that,
Do you think so?
Yes, it's really unfortunate, because sometimes people they don't survive situations like that
Because they're so wild and they're having a good time too much and they're partying. And they're the champ.
It has to come to an end. That stuff. If you don't bring it to an end, it's gonna come to its own end. It might not like that way it ends.
Yeah. So you think for a guy like him, maybe getting in trouble was a good thing?
If only if you learn from experiences like that, I think I was just a wild guy. I was really a wild guy. I look at myself now and I say to myself, when I spent all those trips in those psych wards and stuff, I said, what was that all about? What was wrong with me back then?
Yeah.
And I was really disturbed back then.
But you're somebody who got to the point where you got it's really fascinating because I know you're a public figure. So I've been able to watch you my whole life. You went through all that stuff, and then you got to this point where you're very self-reflective, and you are able to comment on it. I don't think most people, regardless of whether they're famous or not, just still don't get to that point where they're able to look back and examine who they were and doing wild shit and
with ruthless honesty.
Yeah, that's what's so great.
You have to reflect on yourself to discover who you really are.
Yeah. When you're 20 years old and all of a sudden you're the heavyweight champion of the world, and just a few years ago you were poor, and now all of a sudden you're the king of the world.
That's really crazy. So young, it's really crazy. I was unable to handle it. I wasn't expecting that. That was a really sucker punch right there.
Charlie Murphy.
That's a real sucker punch right there. I wasn't ready for that one.
Charlie Murphy told us a story, and it's animated. It's on YouTube now, of you and him coming over your house in a limousine, and you had was it a lion or a tiger?
Tiger. See, he must have with a lion, but yeah, the tiger.
Dude,
it is one of the craziest fucking stories.
So for people that don't know, I got to hang out with you at one of my shows one time, and it was I had the best time talking to you about everything. What made you think you could get a tiger? How did that even happen?
Hey, I'm in this is really interesting. I'm in prison at the time. So I'm in prison. I'm talking to my car dealer at the time, and he has some cars that belong to a friend of mine that's both a friend of ours, and he's discussing if he doesn't pay for these cars, I'm going to sell these cars to somebody and get some horses and stuff. I said, what, you can get horses and trade horses in for cars? Because I had a lot of cars, so I said, I'll probably get some horses too. And he said, yeah, man, you get cougars, lions, tigers. I know this guy got exotic. I said, you do? Can you get me some tigers? He said, yeah. And the guy told me, and the guy said, man, imagine how cool that be you be. Because I had a bunch of fancy cars. Imagine that, man, you be in an Aston Martin or a Ferrari, you have a tiger right next to you, man. That would be so awesome. And I'm a young guy. I'm in prison. I'm saying to myself, wow, that would be cool, right? I said, yeah, get me some cubs, man. And then when I came home, I had those cubs right there waiting for me.
So you raised them as cubs?
Yeah.
Because that's how you were. Because I would see footage of you fucking smacking them around and jumping on one of your tigers, and I was like, holy shit.
Oh, no, I had them since they were babies. They had their mothers. Since they were babies.
Now, did it ever get... This is a crazy picture. You in your underwear with a tiger on a chain. That is one of the...
That's the champ right there.
That's you at peak crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Tom, what was going through my mind? I don't know what made me think about... My friend said, Mike, you can get some awesome animals. And I'm saying, really? Are you serious? He said, really? I'm going to get some horses.
Everybody does it, though. Those are one of the things about... what's his face from Narcos?
Oh, Pablo Escobar. He got a fucking zoo.
Escobar had a whole crazy zoo. They all do it.
Once you get rich, you're like, just get some animals.
Yeah, you want to fuck with some animals. Let's get some animals. Fuck these people. Let's get some animals. And they throw people in there with the lions and tigers, huh?
Yeah.
Get in there, you motherfucker.
It's a real common thing with super rich people. They start getting lions, tigers, and shit.
Michael Jackson had all that stuff, too.
That's right. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson and everything. Yeah, Hugh Hefner, too. Hugh Hefner had a zoo in his backyard.
That's true.
But he had weird shit, like weird birds.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe he had a monkey or something.
He did have weird shit.
Nothing dangerous.
I hung up there before at the Playboy Mansion. This is at the end of his career. It was in, 10 years ago or something? It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that guy, man, what a life he lived.
Hugh?
Yeah.
Oh.
In his pajamas.
They're sucking his balls and he's 80 and shit. They're like,
oh, no.
Yeah, into his 80s. Deep into his 80s.
Deep, yeah.
Even his 90s.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
He really. Here's the thing. That dude lived the lifestyle he was talking about. You know, a lot of people talk shit. And you're like, you don't really do that. He was really doing it. Man.
He was really.
If I start living that lifestyle, I'll be dark. I start getting dark. You know, you can have a little you want. Oh, that's just amazing.
Too much. Too much.
Wait, one other thing.
indulgence.
I gotta run. And I wanted. I had.
Where
to
you going, man?
I gotta go. I gotta go meet the wife, man.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
But
to you.
they'll do it. I read one time because all right. So for people that know, I met Mike on a flight, and it was a surreal experience. You know, like from being a kid and thinking like this is Superman. That's what I thought as a kid. It's just, you know what I mean? Like seeing those when you see it as a kid too. I think it's different. Like you're just like, whoa, that is so nuts. Like these 11-second knockouts.
And Joe,
and shit.
know what's so bizarre? Periodically, even to this day, people come up to me and talk about the experience that they saw him and he talked about meeting me. And said, is that true?
All the time,
It's on
right?
a special. It's on.
It's on a
which
it's on
Netflix
it's
special?
on
People
mostly
ask me,
stories.
is that true?
Yeah, mostly
You
stories.
really meet him?
And it was a surreal experience, and you know, we spoke on the plane, and then like when I thought we were done talking, you know, I faced forward, and then he came back and like tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, oh shit, like Mike's talking to me. I'm down here like seatbelted in, but then we land, and he was like, oh, where's your show? And I go, oh, it's here. I give him the number. Never expect to hear. Hits me up the next day, and he's like, we're coming to your show. And I was like, oh my God. And I really did say, like, I'm amazed that you're coming. And he said, it's all love. And I just said, I love you. Because I didn't know what to say. And then
that was good.
And he's like, cool. He's like, all right, man. And then I hung up the phone. And then I remember I called the Pittsburgh Improv manager, and I go, hey man, I just go, you're not gonna believe this, but Tyson's coming to the fight tonight. He goes, Mike Tyson? I go, no, fucking Tyson Chicken. Yeah, Mike Tyson's coming tonight. He's like, I'll corridor off a whole thing, and you know, and I didn't know he was at the show because the show had already started, and I didn't see him arrive. When we go back to the green, after the show, I walk off stage and he grabs me and he goes, let's go to the green room. So he took me to my green room, right? Like he was like, and I was like, fuck yeah. And we hung out in that green room over an hour and just shooting the shit and talking. And when I forgot, like the time had passed, I opened the door. The entire staff is lined up at the door to meet him. Like that's the effect that he has on the group, you know? Wow. Like they're waiting in a line for an hour outside the green room. And like, you know, we talked about boxing, about life. It was fascinating. One of the things I really appreciated about you as a fighter was like that you really knew that you were putting on a show. So that's something that I feel like I miss. You know, there's no one that put on the show the way you did. Like you knew that people bought tickets and paid for the pay-per-view. And then it's still like one of my great memories, man. It was a thrill to meet you. So I just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Sounds like you're wrapping it up.
Awesome.
Ramping it up.
Yeah, he has to go.
I do. Oh, by the way, did you buy 7 Bentleys that were the same color?
No, but I bought around 7 Bentleys before.
Damn.
They're Rolls Royces.
I wanted to ask.
But you did give away one when you crashed it, right?
Yeah, let me tell you that story. I wish I had some time. I was married at the time to Robin Givens, and we were in some fast food joint. We were ordering food, and she went in my pocket, I guess, to get some money out of my pocket to pay for it, and she had some condoms came out, and she was mad, so she got in the car, and then boom, she crashed the car into another car that was just parked there, boom, and she hit somebody, and she hurt their arm, and then the cops came, and so the cops came, and the cops were saying, hey, what happened here, right? And I was afraid that they were going to arrest me or arrest her, so I said, well, nothing happened, officer, nothing. And then the guy was, and it was the guy with a broken arm. I said, you know, sir, why don't you just take the car? You know, you deserve it because you've been doing a lot. Because I didn't want to get arrested. I didn't have a license or anything. Right. And I didn't want my wife to get in trouble. I said, why don't you just take it? You know, it was around 230 at the time. So why don't you just take it? It'll be okay. And the guy said, hey, don't tell me that. And then once he said that, I said, got him. I said, I got him. And I said, hey, man, take it, man. Do this, man. You deserve this. Take it. And they took it.
Wow.
But before that, some guy arm was broken, and I gave him my money. I said, take the money, and then he came back to the police. Said, my arm is better. The cop said, now you get away from me. I'm not going to tell you to get away from me no more, because he didn't want to mess this deal up with this car, because the guy complained he's not going to get this car.
That's hilarious.
So the cop said, don't fucking come near me again.
That
hear
is
me?
hilarious.
So the guy just backed off, and I say, "Go ahead, man. I'll see you later." And I took off with my wife. I didn't want us to get in trouble.
But they made him give away the car, right? They made him.
No, because I went back to my office and I said, "Give me my fucking car back." I went to the
Really?
Yeah, I called him. He got fired.
He did?
Yeah, he got.
Oh my God!
He probably hearing this night. I'm gonna get that bastard Tyson.
So you gave it to him.
I wanted my Indian gift. I wanted my car back. I wanted my car back.
Oh no! You
Oh,
imagine
man.
Mike Tyson calls you up and says, "Give me my fucking car
Oh,
back."
man.
And you're
Yeah.
like, shit!
Yeah, it's outside, man. I got it for
God
you.
damn it!
Listen,
What was I
I gotta tell you
thinking?
something. I gotta tell you something. You guys know I embarked on the marijuana business,
Yes.
the cannabis
Yes.
business, right?
This beautiful box that you
That
gave
is
me.
a
Thank you so
beautiful
much for
box,
that.
by the way.
Man,
Tyson
that's
Ranch.
so awesome. Thank you, man, for accepting it.
My pleasure. I'm
Yeah,
honored.
that's a cool ass box, man.
Yeah, Tyson Ranch is going to be opening up pretty shortly.
Yeah, you guys have.
2002.
I saw the
I mean,
plans.
2022.
This is a big deal. I mean,
Really?
this place is gigantic.
Which state?
It's in California.
It is here?
California,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they're setting up like a resort.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's gonna be the best facility in the world, man. It's gonna be it's gonna have an acre-long lake.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
And you
gonna
could
be
go
awesome.
like
It's gonna be
stay.
camping. You know, it's gonna be camping, glamping, like
Glamping.
Yeah.
Glamorous camping. Did you know
Glamorous
that?
camping.
very
All right.
glamorous. Yeah.
How about some tigers and shit? Put some wild
It's a
animals.
possibility. My
Where are
partner
those
Rob
tigers?
Hickman was discussing that too.
Where are those tigers?
Well, I had him for like 14 years, so I had to get rid of her. You know what I mean?
What do you do when you want to get rid of a tiger?
A sanctuary. Something.
All right, fuck. I gotta run. I love you.
Oh,
I love
man,
you.
Tom.
I love you
too, buddy.
I love you.
Look, better cannabis, dude.
There it is.
Yeah, congrats on that, man. That looks dope.
Awesome, man. I'm so excited about this stuff. This is, love you, bro. I love embarking on
Later,
this
brother.
cannabis stuff.
Say
This
hi to
stuff
Mrs.
is so awesome.
Yeah, you seem to be really enjoying this. Like
Yeah.
when you're talking to your partners out there, you're having a good time with this.
Oh man, I never thought that in a million years I'd be able to do this and legalize.
Yeah. When did you start like regularly smoking weed?
Since I was like 10 years old.
The whole time you were fighting, you were regularly smoking weed?
Well, you know, when you're a kid, your mother gives you liquor and marijuana for you, make you think that you're gonna go to sleep or something. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That never happened in my house.
Never, yeah.
No,
My mother was alcoholic and stuff.
Damn. That's harsh. Liquor and marijuana, see if you go to sleep.
Yeah,
It didn't work.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Do you what benefits do you get out of marijuana? Like what does it do for you?
Hey man, if I didn't, I'd have a bad day. Yeah, I'm a really moody guy without it. And it just it smooths me out. As soon as I take it, I'm a whole different person. I'm really
Yeah.
on top of my game. I'm balling.
Yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. It makes me nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, calms me down. Do you smoke?
And I like who I am when I smoke. You know what I mean? When I weed, I don't sometimes like who I am sometimes. That's just the real sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that guy. I want to get away from that guy.
Well, you know, I was talking to Michael Irvin once. He was explaining to me that when children grow up in high stress environments, that their genes are wired to have a propensity towards violence. That if it's normal, if it's around them all the time, when they're growing up and when they're in the womb. Even,
Yeah, I agree.
when their mother's under extreme
Yeah,
stress, if they
I
live in a
agree.
bad neighborhood, and it's hard for some people like yourself that did grow up in an environment like that to ever reach where you're at right now, just a place of peace. And if you can do that through marijuana or whatever it is, yoga, meditation, whatever you do to get there, like we should be happy that you can get there. That's what we want.
Listen, I'm so grateful that I embarked on this. You know, I've never been a person to this at this magnitude, at this kind of relaxation, or just enjoying my time with you. I was very uptight. I was very uncomfortable with myself.
Did you feel any better after you worked out when you were young like that?
Absolutely, but my works out. You know what? The best thing that ever happened to me that I retired from boxing, because me working out and me getting, I was so intense with this. My whole objective was hurting people and wanting to be the best, and my ego took over, and I'm
Right.
like Tyson, I'm the best to ever live, and all this bullshit. And dealing with my partner Rob Hickman, I happened to embark on this, come across this thing called the Toad. Are you familiar with the Toad?
Yeah, what you're talking about is 5-methoxy
Oh, that's it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came across that, and I smoked this I don't know, this medicine, drug, whatever you want to call it, and stuff. And I've never been the same. I look at life different. I look at people differently, And the experience I can't even express, really. It's almost like dying and being reborn.
Yeah, I had the exact same experience. That's what it felt like to me, too. Like you stop existing. The 5-methoxys, there's two...
Tell me, what's the deal with it? What the hell's going on here?
5-methoxy is produced by your brain, but what it is it's DMT with an oxygen molecule attached to it. So regular DMT is NN dimethyltryptamine, and then 5-methoxy dimethyltryptamine is DMT with like there's a very subtle change to the molecule, and that subtle change for some reason takes away the visuals. You've done regular DMT too, right?
Yes.
Regular DMT is rich with visuals, very strange, bright, colorful, impossible to describe visuals.
It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable is the best way to put it.
Yeah, inconceivable.
Yeah. But
I try to explain it to some people, my wife, and it's just I don't have the words to explain it.
That's exactly what I always say. I've done a terrible job explaining it to everybody. Every time I've tried, it just doesn't work. But all those things, they give you perspective.
It's almost like you're dying. You're submissive. You're humble. You know, what I mean, you're vulnerable, but you're invincible still in all. You know, it's just that weird feeling.
But you feel like you're part of the universe. When you're separate from your ego, you realize this whole thing, you're a part of this whole thing, and this whole thing is unstoppable. It's a gigantic, huge, all-encompassing, almost like a living thing. Life.
You know, Joan, this is what I also realized, too, after going through that experience. You realize how insignificant you are sometimes without your ego.
Yes.
You know, you realize, wow, you're not really much that you really thought you were.
Yeah, you are and you aren't. Obviously, you are in everyday life. I mean, you go places, you have a dramatic effect on people. You mean a lot. You mean a lot to those people that you run into. You mean a lot to the people that you love and that love you. But we all do, and when it's all relative. No one is irreplaceable, but everyone is special to someone or something, and at least to themselves. But we're all the same. We're all a part of this weird, crazy, gigantic organism that's the human race.
You know, so odd that you said it. My mentor, Customato, his objective was to think of nothing. You're nothing. Nothing's nothing but the objective, the job, and that was his psychological warfare. You know, nothing matters. You're nothing. The only thing that matters is the objective, and getting through, accomplishing that objective by going through these methods of boxing.
Do you ever stop and think about how fortunate it was you ran into that guy?
Listen, till this day, I really don't understand that. So how did this happen?
Because so many people...
Listen, by the time I was born, he was 66 years old by the time I was born.
Yeah, crazy. So many people could, Can't
even explain it. It's a magnificent individual.
He was an amazing guy. An amazing part of boxing, and with a unprecedented grasp of the mindset required for combat sports. That was the thing that always really stood out about him. Like, he was a guy that was so well versed in the mindset. I would listen to his speeches that he would talk when he would talk about you, and he would talk about boxing. He would talk about fear, and about fear can be like a fire, it can cook your food, or it can burn your house down, and you have to control it. And when he would describe it, like it would be so enlightening. He was such a man of wisdom that when he would describe things, they would sink in. They would. Somebody could say the same thing, but with him, he had so much life experience.
He wore so many hats. He was a psychiatrist. Yeah. He was a doctor. He was a father. He was a mother. You know, he was just all around that individual.
Yeah, and with an amazing knowledge of boxing. And for a guy like you, it was almost like it was ordained.
And that's what I always said. It was meant for me to meet this guy. Because I had no way in a million years. Everybody said, "You know way you're going to be champ. You're too small."
Yeah.
So you're too short. No way. These guys are too big for you. He always said, "This is the greatest fight I ever lived." This and this. Always saying this about me. I'm like, oh, God, this guy's just souping me up. I never thought I could, achieve what he was saying. The things he was saying was just so gigantic in my eyes at the time.
Yeah, I mean, when it all happened, and it turned out that he was true, and you have to absorb all this when you're 20 years old. I always say this about Justin Bieber, and I don't think Justin Bieber nearly had to deal with what you had to deal with. Your experience was so much crazier because you were not just an incredibly famous guy. You were the baddest man on the planet. So there was like an aura to you everywhere you went. People wanted to see you. 50-year-old men don't give a fuck about Justin Bieber. No disrespect. He's a great guy, a great singer, but it's not. He's like young girls. For young girls, that guy's unbelievably famous. But He's been famous since he was a little kid. I'm like, when people hear about
That's
him
amazing,
going crazy,
right?
amazing. When people hear about him going insane, I'm like, of course he's going insane. You have no idea what it would be like to be him and to be 17 years old and girls literally trying to break into his house to throw pussy at him. They're coming down chimneys. They're flying in on parachutes. They're doing anything they can. They just want to be around him. And you want him to be
Justin.
normal?
Oh, man, poor guy.
No one can handle that.
What kind of music you listening to?
I listen to everything, man.
Yeah.
I do. I listen to a lot of classic rock for whatever reason. But I've been listening to a lot of Kanye West over the last few weeks.
Tell me, what is he talking about?
Kanye?
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about a lot of crazy shit. He actually talked about DMT in one of his recent songs.
Really? You think he did that before?
I think he did.
Oh, man.
Well, I know he's friends with Kid Cudi.
Mhm.
Kid Cudi's been in here, and Kid Cudi's had some psychedelic experiences.
Yeah. Once you go there, it's just you don't want to do nothing else again.
Well, it puts it all in the perspective. It lets you see that as much as this thing seems to be important, this is all temporary, and you're a part of forever.
And it also allows you to become comfortable with death.
Yeah. Yeah, you know who said that? Larry Hagman. Remember that guy Dallas?
Yeah.
From JR
from Dallas.
He did an interview with CNN once.
And I Dream of Genie as well.
Yeah, that's right. He sprung it on him on CNN once. He was talking about how he did acid.